All right, hi guys, Mikhail here again, Power Moves Fitness. We have Danielle, PMF coach. This video we're going to discuss the deadlift setup position and execution. So here we have a bar. We've got a long 20 bar. Always opt for these 20 kg bars when you're doing the bigger compounds. The bar length does matter in physics, and it's going to recruit more of your core, more of your musculature, and you're going to get all the nice juicy stuff. Right, so Danielle is barefoot. When you're deadlifting, please opt for flat shoes, or even better, socks barefoot, because you're going to get more ground connection. There's a lot of feeling in your feet, and it's going to benefit you better, and you're better to stay more controlled and able to balance your body better. Okay, so Danielle can go into the bar. So we have nice big plates. Don't use small plates when you deadlift. Use the bigger round ones. If it's too small, it's too close to the ground, you end up bending over too much. A lot of stress on the lower back here. We want to minimize the stress on the lower back. So Danielle's gone into the bar. We want to get nice and close to the bar, so shins against the bar. So you walk in a little bit more. Awesome. She's got a nice close stance, yeah? Sometimes we see people deadlift and they start with a wide stance. It's too wide. It's not compact. It's not a strong, stable setup. So again, going back into hip width. Awesome. Toes slightly out, so she's not got that toe inwards. Turn it in. It's not too straight, because that allows the knee to buckle in. Within any of these lower body movements, big compounds, we want to be turning the knee out and thigh out, so we're going to go with the toe open on both. Perfect, the bar is close to the shin, knees tracking out slightly. Very good setup position to start here. So she's going to bend down, sit down into the bar. Awesome, very good setup position. So hands fairly close, we want to bring them in a little bit closer, so they're against the knee. And what we want to do here is make sure you're pushing the knee out against the locked arm, so you get rotational force from the quad and the hamstrings as well. Keeping the weight, your weight distributed over the heel and the middle of the foot. Shoulders are staying over the bar. So as you can see from the side, chest and shoulders are staying over the bar. She's not behind the bar, she's not too far in front of the bar. Nice tight position, so shoulders are retracted and pulled towards the back pocket. This is your start position, and that keeps the chest open. Hips are lower than the shoulders. We have a straight line from the crown to the tail, and she's very much engaged on the hamstrings and ready to go. Okay, you can relax a minute. It's quite hard to hold that position because there's a lot of tension through the hamstring, and we're going to go again. So she's going to do a lift in a moment. Get into set position, rotational force out, retraction, pull towards the back pocket, pulling the slack out the bar a little bit, and then she's going to lift by pushing. Good. Come down to the start. Nice and controlled. So what you got to remember, you can relax a minute. The deadlift primarily works the whole body, but your main mover needs to be the legs. You don't want to pull on the bar at any stage, and you don't want to rip the bar off the floor. You don't want to do anything too excessively. The deadlift has to start with a push from the legs. So you're using leg drive and ground connection. Athletic ability is the ability of how well the person can transfer power into the ground. So if you're not connected to the ground, then you're not going to be able to transfer that power in. So this is why we use lifters when we squat, or flat shoes, or when we deadlift, we're using barefoot or flat shoes, so you can get that power down. Yeah. So if you can go into setup position again, what we also want to remember, when you deadlift, you want to start smooth, peeling the bar off the ground with your legs. As you start to push up, you want to accelerate toward the top, but start smooth and finish with the acceleration. Good. Deep breath, engaging the core, bracing, staying tight, push, push, push. Good, finishing nice and tall. Opening the hip at the top, shoulders back at the top as well. If you can go again, and pause at the top when you get there. Good. When you get to the top, make sure you're coming down safely, popping the hip back, staying tight, letting the bar stay across on your legs, and bringing it down safely. One more thing, when you do the deadlift, as you're pushing up from the ground and getting that connection, starting smooth, accelerating as you come up, yeah, peeling it from the floor. Do not try to rip the bar off the floor. She's also going to make sure that when you're coming up, you want to be pulling the bar into your legs, into your shins. You don't want the bar deviating away from your body. Your center of gravity is here on your hip. If you let the bar go too far away, it's going to just come back anyway, and that's going to send too much force in your lower back. So if you start with the bar nice and close, and as you're traveling up and you're pushing, pulling the bar against the shin, against the thigh, and finishing out nice and tall. Yeah, so if you can do one more rep, and we'll emphasize that. So again, feet position, knees out against the locked arm, tight towards the back pocket, bum low, and then pushing, holding a tight position and keeping the bar nice and close to the legs. Awesome. Perfect. Nice and controlled, yeah? No bouncing at the bottom. We let the bar sit. It is a deadlift. It's called that for a reason. It's lifting from a dead position. So we're not gonna bounce the bar off the ground. We're gonna take our time, take your time to reset everything, stay tight, get a good ground connection, and push in with the legs.